Okay, so we're going through our decision-making stack,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a tool, a little bit of a structure that we can use to make tough decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of guides us through. So we're at the second level, right underneath knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So we've gathered our information and understood what that means. And now we're going to look at another piece. That's our circumstances. So, I mean, we're all familiar with the word circumstances, but what are we talking about here with decision-making?
Right. So I think what makes oftentimes decisions difficult is what to do with our knowledge and how to think about it. And I think it's important that we include the piece of circumstances because you might have a lot of good information, you might understand that information, but you also have to know how it relates to who you are and where you live and what you do and how that works together. And I think that's where circumstances comes into play, right? So if you go back to the gym analogy and you want to work out and you want to pick a gym, but that gym is the furthest one from where you live or from where you work, it might get excluded based on your circumstances. Your circumstances where you live. Maybe you're going to work out at work or something. So what is your routine? Where do you live? Where do you find yourself? And how does the knowledge relate to, what your circumstances are? Does that make sense?
So it's like our real world situation, our current situation has ramifications for the decisions that we have to make.
But we don't always include that in the decision-making process. So it's helpful just to understand that in order to make the best choice, you also have to factor in your circumstances. The number of people that just get stuck on, man, I would go work out, but the gym that I usually work out in at work isn't open. So what do I do? And then they get stuck.
Yeah.
Well, if it were open, I'd work out right now.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But it's not. So does that mean you don't work out? You just, or what? So
yeah, you keep pointing your finger at the closed gym door.
Right. Standing outside of it.
Yeah, right. Standing outside of it. So just to take an objective look at what we're currently dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
What are we surrounded with? Where are we? What time is it? How much energy do we have?
Energy.
What do we feel like doing? Are we in a car? Are we on foot?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of the real world factors of life, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be aware of, like, those are valid decision-making pieces.
Yeah.
They matter.
Mm-hmm.
And we
and it's oftentimes,
that.
and it's one of those things that keeps people stuck.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's great. So circumstances, consider your circumstances when you're trying to make a decision.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on to the third block next.